Hello everyone, and welcome to another informative episode on White Davy Construction and Farm. Today I am going to be focusing on getting rid of some unwanted trees in the yard and composting the material from it. But the method that I use is a bit different from what most persons would use, because they would just cut down the trees and then they would throw the material in their compost, or maybe cutting it up into small pieces then adding it to their compost bin. But the problem that I have with that is that a lot of these branches, the leaves will compost and the stem of the tree would be there, or the trunk of the tree would be there in your compost for a very long time, may take years to break down. And so I do not want those things in my compost. If I want to compost the wood, then I would just create a bin separate for that and allow it to stay there for however long. But in this case, I do not want it in my compost bin, because the bin that I am setting up now, it is going to be there until next year in the spring before I'll be able to harvest it, because it is too late now in the season for that compost pile to be ready. And so right here I have a container that I'm going to be collecting the material in, and I just go around and hold the plant like that. And rip the leaves off. So that is left. It's gonna be so much easier to cut it down, because I don't have a lot of leaves and tiny branches getting in my way. And I have a lot of different trees growing in the yard that I do not want. Some of them are growing in places that they should not be, like directly in front of my garage. There are a few trees growing there, and then some of them have their roots growing down so deep that it is difficult to get them out. So I just take the leaves off them, and then I will cut them down, and I will have to keep doing that every year because the roots are like 3-4 feet down into the ground. And another way that you can do it for some of the soft trees, like with this one, you just break the limb. You just break the limb and put it in your compost bin. You don't really want to have the material in your bin that is going to be taking forever to compost. So when you find yourself in a situation where you're composting and you have a lot of material that are going to be composting within a few weeks to a year, and then you have those that are going to take years, it is a good idea to separate them. Keep the ones that are going to take years to compost to themselves. You create a special bin for that. And then what you're going to do with that to help speed up the process is to make sure that you had a lot of green material to it. You can add freshly cut grass, because that will have the nitrogen that is required to eat it up. Or you can add things like human pea or any other form of nitrogen source that you have available to you. You can even use animal dung and things like those. Now I have some flowers here that, well, they are actually not flowers, but they're wildflowers, and their blooms are beautiful. Nice purple bloom. I don't know what type of wildflower it is, so I'm just rooting it out. Every year it keeps coming back, So you just root it out and put it in the bin as well, because it composts quite readily. I like to draw things out from the root when I can, because it helps to control the rate at which these weeds come back. So this area is getting attention for the first time this year. It's not a very easy area to maintain to an extent, because as you can see, it is right around one of my, well, some of my watering toads, and it is right up against the house as well. But I have chives growing here, which I didn't plant. It was there when I bought the house. And I have a species of, I don't know if that is thyme or mint. It looks like thyme, but it kind of tastes minty. And these come back every year, so I don't really take them out, because, well, why bother? It's not necessary for me to take them out. Okay, so I am actually going around the yard now and trying to get all the material that I can into my compost. I am actually starting my fall cleanup, because I can see that some of the trees in the neighborhood are just starting to turn yellow, because fall is gonna start on the 21st of this month. And I can see even some of the plants in my garden, the leaves are yellow, starting to yellow already. So I'm starting my fall cleanup. I want to make sure that I get as much done as early as possible, so that I don't have all of that hard work gathering up on me all at once. I'm going to be doing a series of videos on what to do in the fall, and in those videos I'm going to be explaining why I'm doing that particular thing at that particular time, so you can stay tuned for that. So this is my update on how you can gather material for your compost bin. You know that a lot of your trees, your fruit trees, are going to be dropping their leaves, other trees as well, so you gather those and you put them in your garden. And trees that you need to cut down, you just don't want these hard limbs that won't compost readily in there, so you take off the soft part that is easy to compost, whether you're going to take off just the leaf or you're going to be taking off the soft stem with it. So now that I've done this, it makes it so much easier for me to get in close up to the tree and cutting it without having a lot of issue of leaves and branches sticking out in my face. So that is my update for now, guys. If you enjoy this video, please give me a thumbs up, share it with your friends, subscribe to my channel if you are new here. Don't forget to turn on your notification for more informative videos like these. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have yourself a wonderful day.